All right, let's take the pulse of the global advertising business with an expert. We have the chief executive of WPP. We have Sir Martin Sorrell. Welcome to the program, Sir Martin.
Good afternoon, Pimm from Florida.
Yes, well, you've got a lot of good weather there. Tell us, do you have any good news on the advertising front? Let's start with North America. In the last report on revenue, you were saying perhaps it was getting less bad in North America for advertising.
Well, the weather's not much good, but yes, we were saying it was less worse. I think we've now, interestingly, moved into more of a stabilization phase. November, certainly we saw it much less worse, or more less worse. December was okay, and looking at January, I think we've finally seen some stabilization. So I think things are a little bit better. Having said that, we're comparing it against easier comparatives, Pimm, so it should look better. It's stable. I think clients in America are feeling a little bit more confident, but there still isn't the better confidence that we see in other parts of the world. The world is moving at 3 different speeds. The BRICS and the next 11, we see the greatest growth. Brazil, Russia, India, and China, and other parts of Asia and Latin America and Africa, the Middle East, and Central and Eastern Europe. United States really is in the middle. The jury's still out, but we have great confidence that America, with its human and natural resources and strength and size, will recover fairly quickly. I think the worst part of the world is, with the exception maybe of Japan, is Western Europe. The UK, France, Italy, Spain are tough. Germany is a little bit better. We've seen some export strength there. Exports have gone back to where they were pre-Lehman levels, certainly to China. So we see things a little bit better there. So it's 3 speeds. I like the love analogy, L in Western Europe, U in the United States, and V in the BRICS and next 11.
Now, Sir Martin, the advertising business for WPP, about 38% of sales. Stay with advertising for just a moment. Talk about a recent win, Mercedes in Germany.
Yes, and today, Bayer throughout the world, we split the business with one of our competitors, Omnicom, on the creative side, and we took the media business outside the United States, which is another $400 million of billing. So that follows a series of wins that we've had with Diageo in Latin America, Revlon, with Wrigley in Southeast Asia, with the COI, the biggest pitch in the UK for, well, ever actually, in terms of consolidation of media. So we've had a very good run since January the 1st. So in addition to stabilization in most of the markets, we're starting to develop some significant new business strength. So I think we feel pretty good about 2010. On the other hand, I think we have to say that most of our clients are improving their profitability, but they're doing it not by improving the top line, but by cutting costs or by holding costs. So they're getting there in a way, getting there ugly, as we have done in 2009. And we hope 2010, the pressure will be a little bit off on the cost side, and we'll see a little bit more revenue expansion, particularly in those BRICS and next 11 markets that I mentioned before.
Sir Martin, talk about the consumer insights part of the WPP business.
Right.
That's about 25%.
Right. Well, we have 3 strategic objectives, Pimm. The first is to make sure the BRICS and next 11 are a third of our business rather than 25, 26%, where they are now. Secondly, to make sure that digital is a third of our business as opposed to 25% now. And the last is consumer insight, which is really, as you say, about getting on for about 30% of our business. Together with digital, it's over half our business. And what we see is greater emphasis on quantitative understanding of consumers and their habits, and not just consumers, but clients as well, corporates as well. So understanding the impact of the recession on consumer thinking, on consumer media consumption habits, and on corporates and their spending patterns, that's critically important. So we think data, interpretation of data, and the application of technology is critically important. Our business is not just about, or not solely about, strategy and creative and execution, but increasingly about understanding consumer motivation and understanding the application of technology to our business, something I think that our competitors don't fully understand yet.
Sir Martin, talk about the branding and identity part of the business and the specialist communications operations.
Well, those parts of the business have had the greatest pressure, actually, during the recession. They tend to be project-led, areas such as events or the branding and identity projects themselves, which tend to be areas that clients in a recession cut off first. We're seeing a little bit more strength there. As our business has stabilized, we're seeing a little bit more interest in all parts of the world on that, but it still sort of lags to some extent. But healthcare is also a part of that, part of our business. And we've seen consolidation, as we saw today. We've seen it with J&J and other healthcare companies over the last 18 to 24 months. And consolidation is playing a role as well. And we're doing very well in terms of pitching for business on a consolidated basis.
Sir Martin, last question for you having to do with acquisitions. I know you made a recent one in Singapore. Any more on the time horizon?
Well, we're still consolidating and integrating Taylor Nelson, which the acquisition we made about 12, 14 months ago. That added about 10 to 15% to our size, depending on what parameter you're looking at. That's part of our consumer insight business. It's $4 billion out of $14 billion of revenue now. So we're making sure that that works effectively. Most of our acquisitions this year will be in the emerging markets, in the BRICS and Next 11, in the digital area and the consumer insight area, but they'll be small and medium-sized.
I want to thank you very much, Sir Martin Sorrell, coming to us from WPP.